Que pasa, amigos? Welcome
What's
to
up, man?
I was gonna say Paranormal Frequencies. Here, that shit.
I did.
Welcome to Boogeyman Radio.
It
I'm
misses you,
David.
Dave. The frequencies misses you.
I feel the tingling sensation running down
Yes.
my
How
chest
is everybody
pubes.
doing? Besides Dave and his tingling sensations in his chest
Chest
area.
pubes. Chest pubes.
Chesticles?
Chest pubes.
Chesticles? No.
Pubes.
No, not chesticles? Okay, fine.
No.
I guess
No.
that works.
I like chest pubes.
Chest pubes? Who doesn't?
Who doesn't like chest pubes?
Who doesn't? Man, that's ladies love it. From what
that's
I
why
can
Tom
tell.
Selleck was like the hottest ticket, right?
Just the
longest time.
Just all
It
that.
wasn't the mustache.
Just the flow.
Yeah.
Wasn't
the mustache.
Nope, wasn't the beard either. Wasn't the hair. Well, it was hair, but not that hair.
No. It's the chest pubes.
Just the prime time. I'm kidding. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's
Hopefully
having a
everybody's
good
doing
week. Yeah, I hope so, man. This is our first recording session.
Yes. For everybody that doesn't know, we are recording this session, and it's going to be posted on its regular time because of scheduling. We've got to do this time, which isn't going to affect you guys, except for you can't chat with us live.
Unfortunately, but please still comment because we can look over your guys' comments and everything.
Exactly.
So please still give us feedback.
Exactly. Oh man! So last week we talked a lot about Men in Black and the Mothman. Then the week before that was all Men in Black.
Yeah.
We're totally shifting gears now.
Completely different.
Going into sort of a haunting.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Movies that don't suck.
Well, movies that have paranormal occurrences around them. And some of these movies, just happen to not suck. They're actually really good movies.
Yeah.
So the whole story, right? Like where people are watching movies, like scary movies, and they swear up and down that things are happening in their room. Well, these people filmed the movies and things happened to them.
Yeah. Okay. What's crazy? Like, think of it this way: like these movies, a lot of these movies were filmed and designed to give you fear, right?
100%.
But what if that motivation behind their work was fear itself?
Okay, then there'd be a lot of what is my thinking? Traumatic experiences, I would say, probably with filming.
A lot of love of labor going into that work.
True, very true. I mean, what's a better way to act than be actually terrified in the moment?
Very true.
Like bring out the real fear, bring out the actual feelings. Like, could you imagine like having to film a scene with it, the clown? Like what?
Pennywise?
Nope. No thanks. Nope.
When Skarsgård's in character.
Oh, so good.
And he's like creepy.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Tim Curry. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing. But Skarsgård did a fantastic job.
I was a doubter before the movie came out.
I was too. Yeah.
But I after watching the movie, I watched his audition take on that without the makeup. Watching him do the whole Pennywise
still looks creepy.
Oh my god!
Still looks creepy. Amazing.
I would expect him to kidnap children. Anyway,
I mean, maybe he has. We just don't know it. Hollywood, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. What are you gonna do about it?
And that's true. Now, I watched. I know there was a TV show interview that he did, and they were like, "Yeah, do your face, do your thing," and like he just did it right there on stage in front of the camera, and I'm like, ugh. Like just it's one of those things that makes your mind go. Like, right. I'll have nightmares from this for weeks.
Yeah, and when we talk about haunted films, one of the films that everybody always talks about and brings up is the 3 Men and a Baby Ghost. And I'm going to put it out there right now. This not in this show, except for this part. We're not talking about it because it was a cardboard cutout. I dropped that one.
Didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, there was this thing about like a ghost appearing in the movie. It's real quick behind a curtain.
In what movie? The movie Ghost?
No, 3 Men and a Baby.
Oh, I guess I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Like a little boy or something.
Yes. I think I know what you're talking about. Was that like a white curtain, wasn't it? Like he had black hair, I think is what the supposedly had. I thought that was on a different movie.
Here,
But
let me see if I can find it for you here.
yeah, I could have sworn there was something with the movie Ghost, and then something else, but I could be wrong on that one. Which that wasn't even in my list either. But I mean, I'm sure that there's several like B movies. So one of them that it didn't make the list, but so when I was with Dusted On for a while, we got to do a premiere with I think it's not, what is their name? I can't remember their name, but they made The Gallows. Do you remember that movie?
Yes, I did not watch all of it. I started to watch the first part, then or first half of it, and I fell asleep.
I thought it was a good movie. We watched the premiere. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet the directors, really nice guys.
Really?
Travis, and oh, I can't remember the names. It's Travis and something. They worked on it. It's been a while since I.
Oh, they're never going to come on the show now.
No, fuck. They'll hate me forever. No, but they were super chill guys, really really nice. And we got to talk to them in one of the interviews that we did with them. It was like, hey, did you have any like paranormal occurrences happen on the filming of this movie? And sure enough, they were in some haunted like school theater, and they would say that like props would get moved around constantly.
Huh.
They would misplace props all the time. Well, misplace props
Well,
all the time.
When you film in locations that are historic and have relevance, like an old hospital or something,
absolutely.
you should probably come to expect that.
Right, like that's why if I was ever in a movie, I would hope to be in a haunted location because personal experiences are the best.
All right, I'm going to share with you the 3-minute baby.
Yeah,
scene.
do it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but I go for it.
Yeah, it's going to be like 8 seconds in. You'll see it in the background.
Like, oh my god. Okay, no, I don't think it was. It might not have been this movie. Let's check.
Okay, so as they're walking back, you'll see in the background.
Okay.
You'll see it. Look for the little boy.
Oh yeah. That's That I've seen this clip. Right. Yeah, I thought it was dumb.
I'm gonna play it one more time for people that are watching.
Holy crap! You see that?
Yeah. Now, if you didn't know any better, I mean, yeah, you could probably think that was a joke or something, especially back in early '90s when that came out or whatever.
Right. We're not gonna get flagged for that, are we?
No.
Because there's no sound, right?
No sound.
Cool. I don't know how YouTube's freaking stuff works. Okay, dude. For all I know, with me drinking, I could be getting banned.
We're not even monetized, so I mean,
sure, we're not even on their radar right now.
Yeah, we got nothing to worry about. We got 32 subscribers.
Hey, we're 32 now.
We're 32.
We're jumping up to 32.
Baby. We're growing.
I love our fans.
Growing and showing.
Hey, that's the best times right there.
That's what's up.
I mean, I didn't say anything.
But yeah, like later on down the road, it came out that there was a cardboard cutout. That's actually, I believe that's a cardboard cutout of the Mikey kid from the Mikey Will Eat Anything commercials, the cereal commercials. Hey, Mikey.
Don't remember that. I think I just missed that, bro. I was born in 92.
Yeah. Hey, he likes it. Hey, Mikey. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is that could that be also a Goonies reference? Where, hey Mikey, you gotta go to the bathroom, and he's tossing the water back and forth? No? Okay, cool. Just curious. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Anyways, love the Goonies, love that movie.
So anyway, it's a cardboard cutout. So that one's out the window.
That's
as far
legit.
as this movie's concerned. Or this show is concerned.
Yeah.
But you stumbled.
Never guessed.
You come across a list.
Yeah.
Of movies, and let's discuss each movie here because some of these movies people probably already know about.
Yeah.
I mean, you just
easily
the topic or subject matter of the movie. I mean, would you be surprised that they were haunted on the set?
No, I wouldn't be surprised, especially some movies dealing with certain artifacts that they have while filming said movie.
Yep.
Did a big box. I mean, what?
Who did what?
Why would you
real bodies?
Yeah, why? Right? When you using real bodies to film a movie.
Yeah. I mean,
makes you think like with the I haven't heard anything, but with the movie As Above, So Below, where they're in the catacombs, Was that
Yeah.
actually? Did they experience anything interesting while down there?
Oh,
Haven't heard anything so far, but
right.
be interesting. I mean, how trippy would it be to film some of this stuff, like especially in caves, like filming cave stuff? I'd be freaked out.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
don't know
all
how
that.
actors could do it.
I
It's
mean,
just
I've investigated in caves and filmed like haunting
mhm.
history. We did an episode in a cave.
Oh, I could. I think that would be fine, but like actually experiencing something haunted
Yeah.
in a cave. Whoa.
Well, I mean, I was hoping we did.
Yeah, I would love
We
that. I
we
used
didn't,
to.
but
What is that? Do you remember the TV show? It was Ghost Mine, I think.
yeah,
I actually really enjoyed that TV show.
I never watched it.
I thought it was pretty good. They investigated in mines that were supposedly haunted, and thought it was a lot of fun. But
Hey, real quick before you jump into this,
yeah,
let me just say to all those that are watching,
yeah,
hey, hit that subscribe. Oh man, hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it with the world, okay? And let's try to build this channel up. The more it's built up, the better we can do here.
absolutely.
The better quality of a show, I guess.
Yeah,
We can start bringing in like once it starts getting known, we can bring in guests and stuff like
Mm.
that to chat with.
would love that.
I might try to bring one in here in a couple weeks.
Eh?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm
A
down.
Mr. Somebody.
A Mr. Somebody. Man, last time I heard Mr. Somebody was busy with doing that something over in that other state.
Well,
Pretty high dollar stuff.
this one could be like a two-parter.
Oh, okay. Wait,
And
the
we'll
one we're doing
discuss
now? Or the
No, with the guests.
Mr. Somebody?
Because one part can be the subject matter, and then the second part can be an interview with this person talking about that subject matter.
That would be awesome.
Because he's directly involved.
So you and I would just talk about the subject matter solely, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we would bring in the person next show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a solid plan.
And I'll give you a hint. It might involve murder.
Murder?
Murder.
I think that's an excellent idea.
You're like, dope. Let's do it.
Just sign me up. Just take all my money. Anyways.
Yes.
All right.
And
So
also,
let's talk about. Oh yeah, go for it.
no, one more. Let
Yeah.
me plug one more thing real quick, guys.
Sorry, I'm not trying to jump the
gun. For those of you that don't know, my tech manager, good friend, longtime friend, John Long, his wife has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and the finances of cancer are a heavy burden, and we want to help try to alleviate that. So I am doing a fundraiser on May 27th called Fuck Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
There you have it. Fuck Cancer live. Basically what this is I am teaming up with Josh Hurd at Malvern Manor, and we're going to do a live streamed investigation at 9 p.m. Central Time until whenever we feel like it. Now, to view the live stream, you would have to donate $10 or more to the cause, to the fund. All the funds that we raise are going to go to Susan, John's wife. But not only are we going to be live streaming this, but also we're offering you guys a chance to join us on this investigation. We have 6 tickets that we are selling for $50, where you can come and investigate Malvern Manor with Josh Hurd and myself, and possibly one other special guest. We've got one sold already. We have 5 tickets available. So if you would like to join us, you're more than welcome to. It's $50 a person or per ticket. And like I said, everything that we collect goes straight to Susan and John for their healing process. She's going through chemo and getting other treatments as well. But if you want to donate, I will leave a link in the comment section or in the description. I'll leave some links where you can donate. One will be a PayPal, one will be a Venmo. You could also contact us via email. We'll put an email in there as well, where you can contact us if you're interested in tickets or interested in viewing the live stream. So when you want the live stream, once you make a donation, you'll get a link to a different YouTube channel where the live stream will happen. All right. So this all goes to a good cause, and let's make this happen, guys. Let's make it a good one.
And we're back.
By the way, whenever I designed that, I threw a little homage to Resident Evil. You see it?
I love that. I love it. The umbrella up there in the corner.
Yeah.
I've been playing the heck out of the new game. I've probably beaten it like I think I've beaten it 4 times. No, it's Village, Resident Evil Village. I've beaten it 4 times.
How is it though? Like, is it
really
like
really
the older?
Good. Okay, it's like Resident Evil 4, but first person. Did you ever play 4? It's with Leon Kennedy. He'd go and save the president's daughter from.
Isn't that Code Veronica?
No, that's after Code Veronica.
It's after Code Veronica.
You might not have played it that one. Might not have played that one. It's Leon Kennedy, blonde-haired dude.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, there's like the village, the castle, like some big industrial
plant,
desert area. Oh man, that was my favorite one. That was my favorite one. And then they so 5 was good, 6 was okay, 7 completely lost me, and then they came out with a couple remasters. I think 2 and 3 they remastered.
Those are good.
And then yes, I've heard like I think the next one that I'm going to go back and play is 2, because now that I've beaten 8, my cousin PJ, he went back and played 2 and 3, and he said 2 was the best one. And he says it plays a lot like 4 and 8. So yeah, like I'm telling you,
it plays a lot like 2.
Well, not the bird's eye view. So I didn't like the whole camera system in the earlier Resident Evils. I wasn't a huge fan of that. But then as soon as I got to Resident Evil 4, which was actually my first Resident Evil that I played, that I really dove deep into, had a blast with it. Loved Resident Evil 4, played it so many times. And then they took the same kind of mechanics and put that into Resident Evil 8, except now it's first person instead of third person.
Yeah, I grew up. I started off on Resident Evil 1, went to 2.
I watched them in order. Like I remember being like really small and watching my cousins play Res 1 and 2 on the PlayStation.
There's a lot of people that don't remember the before. I think it was before 3 or it was before 4. Resident Evil Survivor, which was first person.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, there's a one called Resident Evil Survivor, and it's a good cross between 2 and 3, where you're more into the city and stuff, but it's first person, which is really cool.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I thought 4 was the first that like changed from that, security camera viewings up in the corners. Because I don't know. I know pure like hardcore Resident Evil fans will be like, yeah, that's not the truth. I just wasn't a fan.
Honestly, the camera angle isn't the biggest issue for me. It's what the game was versus where they took it. The ambience, the anticipation. It was no longer a creepy game, and it became an action game.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, 4 was very heavily action. But, okay, here's the thing. If you liked that creepy factor, you might like 7 then. 7 was really...
I got that one, too.
Okay, you do. Okay, you have that one? It was very horror, survival, creepy.
But yeah, and really like 8. You really have to be stealthy throughout the whole damn thing.
Yeah, you don't... Thankfully, you don't have to... Oh, yeah, because the people are chasing you around.
Yeah,
there is sections of that in this game, especially in the first, like, boss arena area that you come to. Lady Dimitrescu, she's the big, tall vampire lady that's just complete pale and white. Just amazing. She's pretty much like chasing you around the entire time, same as her daughters, and it's just a fun game. I think I did a speed run on it earlier today, and I beat it in 2 hours and 12 minutes. The first run through was like 8 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. Once you figure, like, once I found out on the first run, I try to do like I clear out the entire area, get everything. I try, and then pretty much anything they're on from there, it's usually challenges or speed runs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyways, let's get to our main topic here. Yeah, not just because of Resident Evil.
We geeked out on you for a second there, folks. Yeah. But hey, if you're a fan of the paranormal, you've got to be a fan of like the creepy games like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, stuff like that.
Oh, 100%. Did you ever play Fear?
Yes, I love that game.
I loved
that game. Scared the shit out of me. Like jump scares scared the shit out of me.
Oh no. Yeah, I lost my place here. Page. Yeah, give me just 1 second. I could have sworn I had it.
Yeah, I had Fear for PC, and
here it is.
Playing that in the dark with headphones on.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
3 was, but 1 and 2,
yeah.
Wow. They were like, and it was actually, it was scary enough that even with the guns that you had, it was just like, oh my God. Like,
yeah. We'll get into that.
Yeah. We can even talk about like crazy horror video games sometime. I don't care.
That'd be a good stuff. I don't know. Maybe people like that. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. If you like, if you want to hear about it, let us know, please.
Let us know your favorite horror game.
Yeah. Even better. Maybe we'll play it. And maybe we can, maybe
stream on here?
I was gonna say, here's the thought. Maybe we could do a stream, or we can stream on Twitch. We could stream, I don't know, Boogeyman Gaming, whatever. Because I mean,
we can still stream on YouTube too.
Oh, that's a good point. Didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Even better. All right, cool. So let's get talking about movies, though, right? This is what we came to talk about.
We're here for movies,
right? This is what the people want to see, Dave. Well. That's all the time. Doesn't matter what category. That's all the time.
Well, we're out of movies, so let's talk about movies.
Talk about movies. All right, cool. So the first movie that we have is 2012's The Possession. Okay.
Possession.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Ooh. It was pretty good, Dave. It's actually pretty good. All right, let me read off here real quick. While I'm reading, if you want to go look it up, go for it.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say I got a big shelf of DVDs. I might actually have it.
All right, so this movie. Oh, so I'm getting all my information from TVOvermind.com, just so I can source my sources here. Whatever, cite my sources. This movie is a pretty quirky film about rabbis, Judaism, and Jewish relics. Okay, and a cursed Jewish relic. Sorry.
Oh shit! No, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, okay, so it attaches itself to the soul of a young girl and all kinds of mayhem ensue. So classic possession kind of story, right?
Classic.
Classic. It's the same thing over and over again, guys. Anyways, it somehow attaches itself to the soul of a young girl and all kinds of mayhem ensues. While filming, the cast experienced some really crazy occurrences. For example, one thing, light bulbs kept exploding for no apparent reason. Then a prop facility mysteriously caught fire and burned to the ground, and the subsequent investigation could not identify the cause of the blaze. It didn't escape attention, however, that the Dybbuk relics they used in the movie was completely destroyed. The cast and crew actually refused to let the producer replace it for fear the object was cursed. Pretty crazy, huh? So
the Dybbuk box wasn't destroyed, or was?
It said it was destroyed because the dude was going to replace it with another Dybbuk box, but the cast and crew's like, no.
You can't just replace those things. I mean, you can make a box and call it a Dybbuk box.
Well, no,
people do it on eBay all the time.
You could buy another Dybbuk box, right? Isn't that a thing?
No.
People sell Dybbuk boxes? No.
People sell Dybbuk boxes, but it's like selling haunted dolls.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
They're not haunted. They're just labeled.
How do you know? They could be cursed. Some witch may have cursed it, and it could be haunted now. You never know, man.
Start looking into Dybbuk boxes and see what goes into actually creating one.
Okay, cool. I will, because I the only one that I actually truly did research into was the one that Zach Bagans bought. That was the only one that I dug deep into.
Supposedly, there's not that many real ones
anymore.
And nowadays, with the paranormal like blowing up the way it is, or the way it has, I mean, they're making so much garbage crap and throwing it out
fake there. BS.
I've even thought about making creepy dolls and be like, here's my haunted doll collection, and selling them on eBay or Etsy.
What I would love to do,
thousands on Etsy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just throwing on haunted on the name.
Make a doll look creepy. Go to your local thrift store like Helping Hands. Buy a bunch of dolls. Toss them in the fire. Pull them out of the fire. Dirty them up. Paint them. Whatever.
I can't stand the pop culture of paranormal now. I cannot stand it. Watching countless YouTubers. Oh my God, dude. Did you hear that? Bro, it was a window.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms we're not going to open. we're gonna have a completely different show if we open that can of worms.
I'm just saying, you
I
can
know,
tell the difference between people that are hyping it up and people who are actually investigating.
Yeah, because I will call you motherfuckers out because I know
gladly
who you are. Anyway,
yeah, I know a few too. Anyways, okay, let's get to our next movie. So this movie, I actually really enjoyed this movie. Thought it was fantastic. The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I freaking love this movie.
It's such a good movie. 2005. I
Yes.
didn't realize it was that old, but hey, awesome.
The courtrooom drama mixed with the exorcism
so
is
good.
Fucking, it is brilliant.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome.
I'm actually, so I do want to see it, but I'm really curious to see The Devil Made Me Do It, the next installment of The Conjuring, which obviously we don't know how real or I'm sure it doesn't follow the storyline to a T like what
probably 5% of it.
Exactly, based on true characters. That's it.
And it's loosely.
It very, very loosely. All right, so Exorcism of Emily Rose. This is another film about demonic possession, but it is extremely sad and emotionally affecting, as well as being scary enough to keep you up at night. Yes.
Dude, the scene in her apartment at 3 a.m.
Oh my god.
That was the creepiest part of that whole movie for me. The not knowing.
Yeah, no, it is the not knowing. And that is something that I love that directors like use. Because the sooner you know it, it's like, oh, okay, you can build up tolerance to it.
I don't think it's used enough, man. I honestly
I know. That's why I'm saying people that actually use it, like in Doctor Sleep, that was actually used like very, very well. I mean, that's Hitchcock would do it with his suspense and music, and then you'd finally know and it was explosive. But man, people just they don't use. I feel like they don't use the anticipation of the unknown anymore. Like it sucks.
Not as well or as effective.
Yes. All right. So Jennifer Carpenter, the lead actress, saw her radio alarm clock repeatedly turn itself on during her time on the production. That's not all though. Every time it did, it only played one song. It was Alive by Pearl Jam. Soon, other cast members were reporting the exact same thing. They heard the same song too. They eventually got so spooked that they collectively removed the radios from the hotel. The creepy occurrences stopped, but there has never been an explanation for how or why the song kept making an appearance. Da, da, da.
That'd be kind of crazy. Like,
right?
When you start noticing it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same song pretty much, and it's happening to everyone.
Ooh, I'm still alive. Yeah.
I don't care. I love Pearl
Jam. Just that line.
And I can actually sing his range, so I don't mind Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
All right. So the next movie, The Conjuring. I actually really love this movie as well.
Yes.
I really love the actors that they picked for this movie. They did fantastic.
Phenomenal.
I'm gonna butcher his name, but I'm pretty sure it's James Wan, the guy who has made several. I would say in the last 10, 15 years, he's made some excellent horror movies.
He's the one that brought The Grudge to the United States, isn't he?
I don't know about that.
I
wasn't a huge fan of The Grudge, so I didn't really get into that storyline.
Oh, what's that other movie? The Ring.
I don't know.
That came out about the same time.
Yeah, they were. See, and that's the thing is they seem too similar, and I was like, I don't know if I want to kind of do something like that. I like different, like very
not
different.
Similar at all.
Okay, cool. Just whatever. So he did Insidious as well, which is another one of my favorite horror movies. Even though to me it's not really horror, but man, do they get you on the suspense and the waiting. He gets you so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's talk about the Conjuring real quick. The Conjuring is based on the true story of the Perron family. In the 70s, they claimed that to be tormented by supernatural entities in their home. While a number of family members spent time on the set, the mother staunchly refused to go anywhere near it. Makes total sense. She was convinced that several unexplained events were proof that the spirits hadn't finished with them yet. For instance, when the members of the Perron family were visiting, a furious wind suddenly rose and seemed to surround them. However, the crew couldn't see movement in any of the trees, as you'd expect from windy conditions. The director also had a dog, which began to get very agitated after dark. And the hotel, and the cast hotel, yes, you guessed it, caught fire. And I heard somewhere else that one of the family members got injured somehow during the filming.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm,
Now I know. I will say the house that all this took place in has now become a paranormal hotspot. Like where
is it really?
investigators are going there and investigating.
Do you think
They've
people
opened it
brought
up.
stuff in there, or do you think it's actually haunted?
I don't. I won't say it's actually haunted because I haven't been there.
Yeah. I mean, people
But
could have easily brought stuff and opened it up.
People have had experiences in there, and I think her name's Angela Perron, who's one of the daughters.
Yeah.
She's very vocal, and she'll do interviews and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good.
And she works with all these paranormal teams and tells them everything they need to know about the place. And she's even gone on record in saying that it wasn't quite as bad as The Conjuring made it out to be.
Yeah, The Conjuring definitely scaled it up a bit.
Yeah.
But they had to sell it, which I get that. Like, duh.
All right. But yeah, the home's still standing, and you can actually go and investigate it.
Like the real Conjuring home.
The real Conjuring home.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Maybe a bucket list thing. I've got a bucket list of all sorts of haunted places I'd love to check out. I think everybody in the paranormal field probably does. Maybe
she would be a good guest to bring on.
That'd be cool. I mean, if we became popular enough, yeah. Talk about it one night.
Just hit the subscribe button and share this out with your friends.
Up there, and we'll get there and bring on more entertaining people, and
we'll get some great guests.
Have to listen to us schmucks talk all the time.
Yeah.
We want guests. We want people to come on and have a good time. Like that's just, and we love hearing from you guys. Like every single comment doesn't matter. Like obviously it does matter, but we love to hear from you guys. So thank you so much.
Yep.
All right. So the next movie is The Twilight Zone, the movie in 1983. So the story of this film is rather sad. During the production, one of the lead actors, Vic Morrow, was killed. Now this has happened before, and it isn't usually a spooky occurrence, though it is a very sobering one. What is creepy is the fact that Morrow appeared to predict his demise just a year earlier.
Huh.
Before joining the film, he took out a $5 million of life insurance.
Okay.
Wow. All he told his family and friends were that he was sure something bad was coming, as he had it happen in a dream. Like he saw it happen in a dream.
Yeah.
He also said that the accident would occur on one of his movies. Sure enough, after filming started, a helicopter crashed and Morrow was decapitated.
Oh, damn.
It was later discovered that the concept artist had unintentionally drawn an almost identical scene.
Now, I've never seen that movie, but like,
whoa.
Isn't that crazy? I
love Twilight Zone. I thought it was a fantastic movie.
I wouldn't say that the set was haunted though, or the movie was haunted.
No, but it's like that cursed
weird occurrence thing,
which is fine with me. The unexplained, paranormal, like weird coincidences that happen. You never know.
Yeah.
All right. So the next movie, the Amityville Horror, 2005.
Which I think a lot of people know about this one. With
probably
what we mentioned earlier, but.
Should I read it? Okay, I would say some people may not. We don't know. The Amityville Horror is a classic movie in 2005. It was the reboot. Hollywood favorite Ryan Reynolds took on the iconic role made famous by James Brolin. Unfortunately, filming was delayed when a dead body washed up on shore, very close to set. The cast and crew were pretty shaken up, but they decided to continue the project. A little later, Reynolds and several other people were creeped out when they couldn't stop waking up at specific times, 3:15. It just so happens at this exact time the murders depicted in the film. They really did happen. It's what happened in real life. Yeah. Needless to say, all involved were relieved when this one wrapped up. How nuts would that be?
I'm going along the list with you, so I was kind of jumping ahead. This is the one that people should know.
This is definitely the one that people should know. Like if you're going to look into this one and Exorcist, if you're going to look into weird stuff in paranormal movies, those two. So, all right, Poltergeist, 1982. The tale of Poltergeist is infamous at this point. It is a fantastic franchise, but it has been overshadowed by a truly tragic series of productions. In a devastating turn of events, the star of the movie, Heather O'Rourke, died at the age of 12. She suffered a cardiac arrest while working on one of the later installments.
Which
Again,
is
this,
insane.
yeah, dude, it's, whoa,
A 12-year-old.
right. While filming. Like, that just tells me that if she went into
Yeah.
cardiac arrest, that means whatever they were filming was just probably too scary.
That or they were, it's Hollywood, so God knows what they were doing to her to keep her going. Like
I
we
was
got like a rigorous filming schedule. You got to stay
okay.
awake.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too, but I wasn't 100% sure. And then also, here pretty recently, we've also all found out that Hollywood's not the greatest place for child actors anymore,
No, it's not.
and it hasn't been for several years.
Yeah,
I don't care what
decades.
anybody says.
I mean, look at Corey Feldman
Yeah,
and
Corey Haim,
yeah,
exactly. The sexual exploitation of children in Hollywood
a bug here.
was horrible. I can't say anymore. I don't know, but I know it was horrible from like people's accounts and things that have come out. So
maybe that contribute. Like
maybe
not that they were sexually doing stuff to her, but like I mean, trying to keep her going for this for the filming schedules.
drugs, what have you. You never know.
Yeah.
All right. So she suffered the cardiac arrest. So again, this might not be creepy if the actress playing her older sister hadn't also died during the making of the first Poltergeist. Dominique Dunn was murdered by an ex-boyfriend just one day after the movie premiered. There's one more to come. There would be a final death after the second installment wrapped. Like O'Rourke, the producer died during the surgical operation. Now, funny enough, wasn't it in Poltergeist with the bones that was real?
Yeah. So
this article doesn't mention that, which is funny.
Yeah. So if you remember on the first Poltergeist when they had that pool that they were digging out.
Yeah.
And the bones started coming up to the top there when she was in it. Those were real. Those were real human remains. And apparently that whole area like was it I can't remember if it was actually buried on Native American grounds or if it was
that
just
was
for the
story.
movie.
That was like
They was.
Well, I mean,
I couldn't remember if that was just
this movie if your bones were being used.
But still, yeah, I couldn't remember if it was for the movie or if that was the actual story.
I can't remember exactly.
But regardless, I mean, you're using real human remains.
Right. That's
desecration of the body.
Yeah, that's rough. No, I couldn't imagine that. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the article didn't mention that. All right, so Exorcist, 1973. Also, actually, I watched that for the first time like maybe a month ago, 2 months ago.
Right.
So, all right, cool. Finally got that over with, All right, so many horror fans would argue that The Exorcist is the most famous example of the genre. It is a very unsettling movie, and the events which occurred during the production have now become legend. Just a few days after he finished the series, actor Jack McGowran died unexpectedly. His passing was followed by the death of a security guard and FX worker. Ooh. Jeez. At one point, the entire set burned down. Nobody could find out why, and it had to be completely rebuilt. The supposed curse forced the director William Friedkin. It's either Friedkin or Friedkin. I'm gonna go with Friedkin
because he's freaking awesome.
Yeah. That was great. I gotta give you props for that one. So Friedkin to bring a priest to the set so that he could bless the area. Unfortunately, this divine intervention didn't stop a number of audience members from dying of heart attacks when the movie was released. That was nuts, right? So this movie literally made people like. But here's my theory for the heart attacks thing, though. Not so much paranormal wise as it was for that time, just super freaking creepy and out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you watch they have like a little documentary about like when The Exorcist came out, people that were freaking out in theaters, passing out, people having heart attacks, people seizures.
Like, you release that movie,
getting sick. I mean,
you release that as a new movie today, people will be laughing at the movie
with today's effects, though.
Yeah, that's
Can you imagine?
I'm saying like if you take that 1973 or whatever, when was it? 1973. If you take that version. And don't change it. Like if let's just say you were like, hey,
not a thing.
Yeah, like if it was never a thing in history.
About here.
Yeah, thank God. And released it, but didn't do any effects or whatever, people would just laugh at it. They'd say it's a B horror movie. I guarantee it because people are so desensitized today.
Well, I mean, outside of a couple things, That's one scene. The whole lick me part. I don't know. Maybe that lick me would be in there, but
I
the
think they would
masturbation with the
still.
crucifix.
I think. Okay, that was yeah. People would probably like, you know what I mean, one of those.
Like,
But
oh my god!
I
Still,
think people
even
would still laugh at the movie though. I don't think they would see it as like a crazy horror movie that would give them heart attacks.
yeah, we're a little, like you said, we're a little more desensitized nowadays. But
Hundred
you
percent.
gotta remember, like 1973 is not too far removed from the 50s where everything was peachy king and you
Yeah,
couldn't like you didn't see shit like that on TV. You
no,
didn't.
you didn't
You
see
didn't.
any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the
So
'60s, I would say started like a movement of things, and then when they started becoming more lax with different kinds of people and movements and stuff, things
when you
started
could
to
push
become more
boundaries.
exactly. Yeah, when you could push boundaries and see, and they've been pushing boundaries ever since then.
I
And
mean, Blazing Saddles was like
oh my
another good one.
gosh, that would not last
That,
today. That would push way too many boundaries today.
yeah.
People,
Cancel culture is just too retarded
it's a
nowadays.
cancel culture is the virus. They
Yep.
are the virus. I'm not literally saying cancel culture is coronavirus. That's not what I'm saying. People
No, it's
don't
a virus.
use common sense here. Okay, I know it's very rare for some people nowadays. I
Oh
would have to
man,
say cancel culture is definitely a virus. Like it just ruins everything. And there's more and more people in Hollywood stepping up and actually talking about it. I'm very thankful about that.
I got to use that. Side note: last time I was up in Kansas City and they tried to kick me out for not wearing a mask.
Uh,
They told me to put on a mask. I told them I can't. I suffer from CS. And she asked me what that was. I was like, common sense.
mm, right?
Yeah.
If Florida and Texas have been doing it for months now, mm, mm, and no spikes have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, and also when all the people that are not vaccinated don't die from apparent COVID in the next, several months,
Yeah.
you can really start to question the CDC. Anyways,
We'll move on.
yep. Next movie, Rosemary's Baby in 1968.
It wasn't
Rosemary-
really a baby. It was a midget. No. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Wrong movie.
Yeah. Orphan.
Yep.
Right? Okay, cool. Rosemary's Baby is a masterpiece in cinematic tension. Even though the film doesn't contain any gory or particularly horrifying images, it instills a deep sense of dread and unease. Facts. This feeling is echoed by the production, which started out on a pretty crazy note. The producer received an anonymous letter stating that he was to die from a long and painful sickness. Shortly after, he would collapse and need emergency surgery. The musical composer was less lucky. He had a nasty fall and died from the hematoma of the brain, whatever that is.
Hematoma.
Yeah. Nope.
Yep.
Don't know what that is still.
I think that's like a blockage.
Okay. That's
like
fair.
a growth or something that cuts off.
Isn't allowing stuff to go through.
Yeah.
All right. So other creepy occurrences include the entire cast contracting severe food poisoning, and another producer nearly died after having a stroke at the wheel. A lot of creepy stuff around that movie. All right. Let's see here. What else we got? All right. So Psycho in 1960. Not a lot of people know about the horrendous incident which happened on the Psycho set. It rivals any of the scary stuff depicted in the movies. During the filming, a body double for the star Janet Leigh was murdered on set. It was later discovered that the handyman working on the production had killed the woman to impress director Alfred Hitchcock.
That's retarded.
Isn't it, though? After the tragedy, Hitchcock delivered one of his famous speeches. He gathered the cast and crew together and informed them they would now have the motivation they needed to finish the movie. It just goes to show that there are plenty of scary monsters out there in real life, too. Okay? It's a crazy wonder, or it's a wonder we need to watch horror movies at all, honestly. Because
just watch the news.
That's enough fear for you each and every day.
This is me like poking the bear and then telling you to calm down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Dave. Thanks. Appreciate that. I mean, I think more and more people are becoming open to realizing that the news is bought and paid for, and they literally only broadcast what they're paid to broadcast on. That's why I don't watch the news. It's horrible. Anyways,
right.
So the next movie is The Omen in 1976. So the original one, which I watched that movie at such a young age, and it should have never happened. That movie and the second one.
Not so bad.
No, it's not so bad, but seeing a dude freaking get his head chopped off just traumatized the crap out of me.
Really?
That's all. Yeah. Oh yeah, watching the dude get that like plexiglass just gone, his head. Like nope, that scared. It didn't really scare me. It was just like one of those reality punches, you know. It's just like, oh, that could happen.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. There's been other movies that have done that too, and it's just like, whoa. There's a. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about it. So The Omen was one of the most celebrated horror movies of the 70s. It tells the story of a young boy who isn't quite what he seems. Everywhere he goes, bad things happen, and the people around him start to suspect the influence of an evil president. The devil, basically. He was the son of Lucifer, the Antichrist.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, the cast and crew... Sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen it. It's been out since the 70s. Unfortunately, the cast and crew and the production was plagued by horrible events. As filming began, the lead actor found out his son had committed suicide. Oof. Then a crew member was almost killed in a car accident while driving to the set. In a similar twist of fate, the scriptwriter almost crashed his airplane when it was hit by lightning. Later, a third, yes, really, airplane accident killed several members of the crew when it crashed into a road. It literally died for that movie.
What is it with the 70s and 80s? And that was a horrible fucking pun. You're a horrible person for that.
Maybe just, I know, right? Like, gosh, what is it with the movie 70s and 80s? I don't. Just horrible times they lived in, apparently. People were just dying left and right for making movies.
In airplane crashes. Steve Ray Vaughan, Randy Rhoads.
Yeah. My lord. Anyways.
John Denver. I think Steve Ray Vaughan was a cocaine overdose. Before you get into any of the other ones, I'm gonna give you a break.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a break because there's still like 8 more on your list there.
Let me breathe from all this.
So I'm gonna give you a break here.
Appreciate it.
And we're gonna talk a little bit about a different movie, one that really not a whole lot of people have seen, but I did manage to find it. It is on YouTube.
Oh.
It's a movie called Return to Babylon. I'm going to talk a little bit about this movie because for a long time, it had a lot of questions surrounding it. Right?
Lots.
So there are a few haunted myths floating around on the internet. And I mean, a lot of movies take on the subject of a haunted or cursed film like The Grudge or VHS. But Return to Babylon claims to be the real deal. So the movie is directed by a guy named Alex Monte Canawati. I've never heard of him.
Excellent execution. Yeah.
So I think he kind of built this reputation up himself, but there's a legend circulating around about the making of the movie. So if you're inclined to believe that, we're capable of recording spirits and demons like through photographs, video, audio, then you might be a little more open to the legend than this. So according to Kanawati, he and his producer discovered 19 rolls of 16 millimeter film abandoned on the Hollywood Boulevard sidewalk one afternoon. Deciding it was a twist of fate, the pair began writing a movie that would utilize the old black and white film. Return to Babylon was filmed entirely on an original hand-cranked camera and focused on the scandals of some of the 1920s most famous movie stars. Right? So he filmed this in like 2012 or something like that, or 2011, all on one of those old hand-cranked cameras.
Wow.
So all this sounds pretty harmless, right?
For now.
So this movie, part of the cast was actually one of the probably most famous people out of the cast is Jennifer Tilly.
Oh, yeah.
So she's in this. So according to some of the cast, including Jennifer and Debbie Mazar, it wasn't long before strange things began happening on the set of the film. Actors and actresses reported feeling otherworldly, oppressive entities lurking about. And in some cases, many of the crew claimed to have been reached out and grabbed by unseen hands more than a few times. This bizarre activity continued on for the duration of the principal photography. What the actors didn't know was that Kanawati and his crew had started to notice strange things in the editing room. Mysterious figures began appearing in the negatives. Sometimes they were just bizarre shadows, but other times they were much less ambiguous. The negatives revealed frightening and grotesque changes to the actors. Their hands appeared stretched, mouths twisted in agony, and faces hideously distorted. Entities appeared out of thin air and disappeared completely, none of which were present on set while the movie was being filmed. Before I go on, I'm just going to loop some photos, some stills of said entities or, occurrences in the film itself. All right. So while that's looping, I'll continue to read. So here we go. Here's it. I've got you unmuted too. So the strange activity captured on film drew the attention of the Brooks Institute of Photography and several paranormal and film enthusiasts who were all ready to prove the anomaly a fake. In the end, not one person could definitively explain what had manifested in the film's negatives. One proposed conclusion was that the effects were created via countless animations. However, the movie's budget was much too small to afford the cost. Another explanation offered was that merging film running at 16 frames per second with digital video running at 24 frames per second may have caused a strange impression that something paranormal was happening on the negatives. Unfortunately, the film never found distribution, and according to the director, has been the source of continued financial and personal bad luck. Kanawati has come to believe that a higher power was trying to get a message to the world through his film, and that the strange images weren't demonic but rather Christ-like.
What?
Yeah. And he said that there was evidence that he captured something much larger than just the actors on film.
Nothing about those pictures gave me Christ-like feelings or thoughts.
Right? So, I wonder where those film canisters came from, honestly.
Like, you're saying the things that held the film? Or the film itself?
The film and the things that held the film, because I'm guessing there were blank rolls of film.
They would have to be.
There were 16 of them, so he used the old 1920s crank style camera to use for filming with that.
I'm just saying that one of those pictures looks like a zombified person.
Which one?
The one. That one. Yeah, that one.
But yeah,
it's the one where they're like standing around a bunch of people,
right?
And you can see it looks like long hair, and it's kind of looking like this, and it's just like.
And there's like more. Like there's more that happens in the film. I watched like some snippets on YouTube, and there were parts where like they would turn their head and like their jaw would come down and twist a little bit, but it happened real quick. You have to keep an eye out for stuff like that, but you see it. Again, that film is on YouTube right now. The full film.
If it's cursed on the phone, I'll watch it.
It's an hour and 24. It's a silent film.
Yeah, I mean,
there's just music. And then you have to do a bunch of reading.
Cursed, screw that.
For an hour, 24 minutes.
No thanks. I've never even heard of that movie before. Like that's.
Now, even still, like a lot of people think that this whole spiel about like the film being cursed and haunted, a lot of people still to this day think it was just a marketing ploy. But if it was a marketing ploy, I mean, Don't you think by now, with the popularity of it being so
It would
odd,
have.
that somebody would pick it up and pay them for the film?
You would
Somebody would
think.
buy the rights?
Yeah.
But apparently that hasn't happened.
That we know of.
That we know of. That we know of.
That we know of. Just could have been an under the table thing. It just, never knew. Like, how many views does it have on YouTube? Do we know?
I can find out real quick.
Because that could be a determination as well. Determining factor. That's what I meant to say.
Let's go YouTube.
That's interesting. I haven't really seen Jennifer Tilly in a lot of stuff besides Chucky.
It's got 44,000 views.
That's it?
Yep.
That's kind of surprising.
I guess it was posted by the Famous Pictures company.
So that means it's probably owned by somebody else already.
Or that's just like a small...
Hey, upload our movie here.
Yeah, like a small film company or something.
Yeah, could be. Very, very true. That's very interesting, though. I know. I mean, in the paranormal world, people have success with cameras and capturing weird things on cameras. So I mean, maybe that. I don't know. It's hard to say because dealing with that type of film, I don't know how it's all going to look and how it's all going to come out. And yeah, it's just completely foreign to me.
I will send you the link to that, my sir.
Please do. Oh shoot! Actually, I don't know if I want to watch it if it's cursed.
I don't think you're going to die from it.
When was the last time that you watched it, Dave?
I haven't even watched the full thing.
Oh, I'm just saying bad luck, not so much of it being cursed.
Oh, I haven't even watched. I watched the parts of it today. That was it.
Now, mind you, folks, I'm not really superstitious, but when it comes to curses, I don't mess with that.
That's what most superstition is curses.
It's fine.
Is it a curse? Superstition, in a sense.
Maybe. But like our good friend Brendan Fraser learned in the movie, don't mess with curses, because that'll kill pretty much your entire group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
that old chestnut.
That's a good movie. I love that movie. Anyways, what? Anything else? Was that it about Babylon?
That was it about Babylon.
That's very interesting. I didn't know any of that. I didn't even know about the movie Return to Babylon. So that's very interesting.
There you go.
All right. So the next one I'm going to lead into is The Crow. Now, I don't know if anybody has heard of The Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent movie.
I think I'm everybody because I said I am everybody because we're recording.
Well, but I can still address everybody as everybody because people are.
I got you.
I'll watch it. Thank you. It's just important. So, with The Crow, The Crow has become a moody gothic cult classic. Part of the reason for its strange allure is the tragic accident which occurred on set. Brandon Lee, a promising actor and son of martial artist legend Bruce Lee, was killed after a prop gun malfunctioned during a scene. Somehow it ended up shooting a real bullet, and the actor later died from his wounds. So, there's another paragraph, but I want to talk about it real quick before we move on, because
that's not a malfunction at that point.
Yeah, right? Like, that's not a malfunction. That's
either
an actual
load a blank or you load. Yeah, you either load a blank or you load a real freaking bullet. There's no malfunction.
What happened with the prop director? What? How did this happen?
The malfunction is with the prop director, or maybe they forgot to take out the firing pin. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, okay, so if we're going to explain this, we also have to kind of explain a little bit about Bruce Lee as well.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if you know about Bruce Lee, like how he died and stuff. Okay, so if people, some people don't know, Bruce Lee died in some very mysterious circumstances.
I was going to say questionable.
Yeah, questionable circumstances. Some success, some suspect foul play, some think that he worked himself to death, which, I mean, he was a crazy good athlete, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah. And some think that there was a mystical force behind.
Wait. You don't know about him being a good athlete?
Really?
come on, man.
Dave, I actually own not a lot, but several Bruce Lee like thoughts books. Like,
Have you seen him?
yes, I've seen his movies. Yes,
Not his movies. Like, have you watched his demonstrations and shit?
like where he's actually like doing the one punch and just dude flies across the mat. Yeah,
His sparrings.
yeah. Oh yeah, fantastic.
That's
Great
athleticism.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
athleticism.
Yeah,
So him being athletic, no question about it.
no question about it. I have no like. Is it possible for someone to work themselves to death? Yes, it is 100% possible. But I don't think Bruce Lee did that because he was such a health and wellness person.
Well, you wavered on him being an athlete, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, okay, that's what I meant. Like that's like, well, some people were like, hey, maybe he just worked himself to death by being an athlete, like working out too much. That's what I was alluding to. And so I don't think that. If anything, I think it would be foul play. But there's also more of a mystical sense where there were claims that he would have nightmares and dreams, and he would like see things, and he would talk about it, and then all of a sudden he just died out of nowhere. Well, being that it's Bruce Lee's son, something that same mystical force also deals with the death of this son, because there's a loaded bullet in a firearm.
I would personally say that Bruce Lee probably died because of the Chinese mafia or Chinese gang. Because whenever he came to America and started doing American films, he wasn't very well accepted in the community for a long time there.
Anymore, yeah. Because people saw it as him selling out kind of
thing. Pretty much.
Which, hey, screw it. He got the life that he wanted. He was happy. Like, screw those people trying to, and that's another reason why China sucks. But, it's fine.
Bruce Lee knew it. You should know it too.
Bruce Lee knew it. Come on. Like, geez. Anyways, it's such sad circumstances with these guys. So, curiously, his father acted out this very similar scene 20 years earlier in his own movies. And wait, no. Oh, basically just saying what I said.
Charles, are you drunk?
I'm feeling pretty good. Anyways, I'll go to the next movie because I went ahead and explained it. I didn't realize.
All right, then.
So, The Passion of the Christ.
Now, this one you would not expect to be have what it's
No, not at all. I would just whatever. It's just filming a Jesus movie, which very graphic movie, by the way. I went and saw that movie. I remember that movie.
Before you get into this one, I mean, think of it this way: like all the movies we've talked about have been horror movies, basically.
True. This is not a horror movie.
Most of them dealt with exorcisms or demons or
creepy things.
Yeah. This one is about Christ.
Straight up Jesus story.
Yeah.
Like what? Could be the person involved or evil outside forces trying to keep this movie from happening.
But this one, I don't know. I think it's more of like keeping the set in line.
But do you remember, like back? I don't know if you remember, but back when that movie came out, there was a lot of controversy about that movie.
Yeah, which will happen with any time somebody makes a movie about Christ. I mean,
that's true because look at the stuff happening right now. So you really don't want your set to be plagued by mysterious accidents when you're making a film about the death of Christ. Unlucky for the cast and crew behind The Passion of the Christ, that is exactly what happened to them. It sounds incredible, but individuals at work on the set were struck by lightning by no fewer than 3 times. On 2 occasions, it happened to the same guy. Ouch. Lead actor Jim Caviezel?
I guess.
Caviezel? I don't know if he's Hispanic. I'm not sure. That's just the spelling. I don't know.
Why does it have to be Hispanic?
His last name looks Hispanic.
Oh man, I don't know if it is or not, but that's
Caviez.
Maybe he's Middle Eastern.
Well, maybe he's Latin. Who knows?
Oh, love it.
Anyways, actually, he might be Latin. I'm not sure. Was struck by a bolt of lightning while on set. The poor guy then suffered hypothermia, a lung infection, pneumonia, terrible headaches, and dislocated shoulder. Wow. Finally, during a whipping scene, a piece of his flesh was accidentally ripped out.
You think he was being smited for playing the role of Jesus?
With
Like maybe
all
he
the
wasn't
shit that was happening to him, possibly.
maybe he wasn't like the best guy for the role, and they're like, no, 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 no.
No. Maybe. I mean, shoot, I don't
By
know.
the end of this filming, you're going to believe in Christ.
Or it was like I said, mysterious forces could have been cursing the movie and going after the lead character of Jesus.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Now the next movie I have seen, it's a kind of an underrated movie, but it's a slow movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's all right. It's good to watch once or twice.
Okay.
But it's a pretty slow movie, but I mean, it's kind of fun.
Okay. Good to know. I'll have to go back and watch it eventually. What is it? 2011? It's not bad. All right. I shouldn't say bad. I love all types of horror.
It's kind of a B film, but it doesn't seem like one, if that makes sense.
The picture alone, I'm just like, whoa. That's a little creepy, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, The Innkeeper is a relatively unknown movie, but it is highly respected by avid horror fans. Director T. West. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I butchered names. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wasn't the name?
What?
It's director, not Ty Rector.
I said director.
You said Ty Rector.
Maybe because I was reading Ty and West before I read director.
I think you were. That's why I was laughing.
Probably. I didn't realize it. See, I was just moving along.
I was going to point it out.
And then he just ruined it.
I wasn't even going to point it out. I was like just laughing on my own and let you tell it.
I'm never drinking again. Well, he is pretty skeptical man. Well, he's a pretty skeptical man.
He's pretty skeptical, man.
But he's a pretty skeptical man. And refuses to be drawn on the creepy atmosphere which reportedly surrounded the set. The rest of the crew did feel uneasy. According to West, TVs turned off and on, lights would flicker and extinguish themselves, doors would open and close unaided. Also, many crew members had extremely vivid and disturbing dreams while filming at the Yankee Peddler Inn, a real-life haunted hotel. The director also claims that the lead actress believed a spirit was sharing her room. Ugh.
Yeah. See, that's what I said at the beginning. If you're going to film in a place that's supposed to be haunted, expect stuff to happen. I mean,
dude, for freaking real. And that's why you have a hidden camera in there to film shit.
All right.
Just saying. Maybe use it as B-roll for the movie for a trailer.
Or leak that
behind the scenes. Behind the scenes haunted special. Boom. Right there. Look at that.
Dude, either make it an extra on the DVD or just sell it as an extra DVD.
Yeah, easy. That's a pretty good idea. All right, so I haven't watched any of these movies. I haven't watched any of the Annabelle movies. This is Annabelle 2014.
I watched the first one. That was it.
That was it? All right. So clearly, director James Wan is a brave soul. After all these creepy incidents on the set of The Conjuring, he went back for more and filmed a prequel. This was to be Annabelle, a movie about a demonic doll. Interestingly, it is based on a real-life doll which is kept locked up at the Occult Museum in Connecticut. And those of you that don't know, the real-life doll is a Raggedy Ann doll. It's not a creepy, super weird doll like in the movies. They do it for Hollywood.
If you do this side by side, that's how much you should take. Whenever they say it's based on a true story, that's how much it's based on a true story. Like you can look at Raggedy Ann and how much alike it is to that Annabelle doll, and
honestly,
that should show what it's like.
I think it would have been better if they would have kept it as Raggedy Ann. Like a really, really dirty, nasty Raggedy Ann.
Yeah,
I think it would have been perfect instead of that creepy. Like, yes, that doll's creepy and weird, but just imagine Raggedy Ann trying to kill you. Like, that's pretty crazy, right?
That scene where Raggedy Ann just goes.
Yes, exactly. Just
and lightning hits when it turns its head. I mean, you'd be like, "The fuck." Whereas this is obviously for Hollywood, it's a lot more creepier doing this porcelain doll kind of thing.
Oh, 100%. It's
or not even porcelain, but plastic, but whatever.
Just, looks fake and Anyways, during filming, the crew kept finding eerie marks on windows. For instance, in areas which hadn't been dusted or cleaned for a long time, they would spot what looked like claw marks, only they always had 3 fingers or claws, just like the demons in the movie. One of the actors later suffered a serious head injury in the same hallway he would shoot his death scene. Interesting.
It happens.
Very interesting. Coinky dink? I think not. Okay, so this next movie I'm going to talk about, this movie and what other Rob Zombie movie? I don't know, but this movie was the first horror movie that it was just too much for me. I
What?
couldn't.
This movie was retarded.
No,
this movie was dumb.
It wasn't so much of the. It wasn't so much of the horror factor. It was all the satanic stuff. I just couldn't watch it. I got to a certain part and I don't do well with satanic depictions of things. So it's just
scares you a little bit.
Not so much scaring, but it was very appalling. And I know that's not real. That's not what Satan actually represents, but or maybe it does now. It was more of disgust, I should say. More of I can't, really gross, and I can't believe I'm watching this. Shoot, I can watch people's arms get chopped off and rivers flowing with blood, you know, whatever. But as soon as Satanism really comes in, that movie, yeah, that really got me.
I bought that movie when it came out on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah,
I watched it. After I was done, I just sat there. I was like, biggest waste of money ever.
It's not a good movie.
It's not.
No.
At all.
I found it appalling and disgusting, so I just couldn't finish it. And I was like, well.
We should probably tell them what movie we're talking about.
Yep. Okay, so everybody knows it's The Lords of Salem by Rob Zombie. It was made in 2012. From the trailer, I was actually looking really forward to this. I thought they were going to go through a different position. Rob Zombie made a great trailer for this movie, but the movie sucked.
Movie was horrible.
I liked 31. 31 was pretty good. I've enjoyed that so far.
I've not seen that.
I don't think it's his latest movie, but it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. It takes on that whole people are out in the random wilderness and they get captured. Now they have to
kill each other or something like that.
No, now they have to fight to survive. What was it? There's certain amount of maniac killers that one of them's a midget Hitler, by the way.
Oh wait, no, I have seen it.
Yeah, and he comes in there trying to kill. They're trying to escape, but there's all these different kinds of bad guys that are trying to kill them.
Yeah. It was okay.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Plus, the main bad guy was beloved. Famous, not famous, so famous that I remember his name right now, but an actor that a lot of people would know. The lead guy from Clockwork Orange.
Malcolm McDowell.
Thank you. Couldn't think of it.
He's in all of Rob Zombie's movies.
That makes sense.
It seems like.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, so The Lords of Salem is a Rob Zombie movie. So the first thing to expect is pretty ridiculous plot. This time it's about a female DJ who accidentally gets tangled up with a group of Satanist worshipping women, basically witches. I'm just going to say it. At one point, the crew was filming at the Linda Vista Hotel in Los Angeles. It has been long subject of ghostly rumors and alleged creepy encounters. According to the production designer, filming in the basement of the hospital kept making people sick. On several occasions, they had to break a scene to leave the space because almost everybody felt deeply unwell. She also claims that the buzzer to one of the hospital rooms would repeatedly sound, even though there was no patients or hospital staff present. Freaking nuts. No thanks. I'll pass.
Well, for time restraints, let's do this. Let's pick two. You've got what? 4 or 5 more. Pick 2, and then we'll go on from there.
All right, we'll do Alien and Apocalypse now. How about that? So on Alien, the chest-bursting scene in the original Alien movie has become one of the most iconic pieces of cinema. Once seen, it is hard to forget, in part because the acting is so authentic. Well, there's a reason for that. Director Ridley Scott deliberately held back details about what would happen in the scene so the actors would respond to genuine terror. Love it when directors do this. Love it. Only John Hurt, who plays the host to the monster, was aware that a mechanical version of the alien was going to burst right out of his body. Actress Veronica Cartwright reportedly passed out when the big moment occurred. Star of the show, Sigourney Weaver. She claimed to forget that they were filming a movie at all and described feeling terrified for the actor on the table. Now, I know that wasn't really a paranormal occurrence, but it's a little bit of... I wanted to keep that one in because I love it when directors do that stuff.
Yeah.
When they don't tell the cast, hey, this is going to happen. Expect it.
Get a real reaction. And...
Yeah, no, get a real authentic reaction, and that is the best. Like the scene... Oh, I wish we could have seen it. But I've heard. Did you ever hear the story of when they filmed the Goonies? They didn't show the kids the pirate ship, and then they reacted the first time, and Josh Brolin cussed, so they had to film it again.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, that was one that I heard a while back. All right, so Apocalypse Now in 1979. When people talk about horrendous film productions, Apocalypse Now almost always makes an appearance. It is still considered to be one of the most difficult shoots in cinema history. Not only did a member of the crew die during filming, lead actor Michael Sheen nearly joined him. He suffered a heart attack on set, which was quickly followed by an epileptic seizure. As the movie was being made in the jungle, he had to travel a quarter mile to find medical assistance. Director Francis Ford Coppola, thank you, Coppola, didn't have an easier time. The project was so troubled and plagued by bad luck that he contemplated suicide. The constant rain decimated the set, and the injured crew members were left washing their wounds with vodka. Yikes!
It burns.
Yeah, dude, that would suck. I would hate to film stuff like that and have just horrible situations happen on movies.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, it comes with experience, but.
So, I mean, with the second half of these, it's not all horror movies. You know, you got Passion of the Christ. Alien's a horror movie. The movie Ghost of Goodnight Lane wasn't really a horror movie. Apocalypse Now.
Right.
Not a horror movie. I mean, so.
Just crazy things happened during the filming.
I think part of it has to do with subject matter, and then part of it has to do with where you're filming.
Yes.
Or what you're filming with.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And
who?
So, what do you think? Do you think we can expect more films to be made where they come out and say, guys, all this weird, crazy stuff happened on set?
Possibly. I mean, why not? Once it becomes like... I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they say that something was with... oh, man, I don't know. It's.
I mean, I get that filming is hard.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah.
But when they pile on, or when there's deaths involved, you kind of have to... Weird, mysterious, odd.
Yeah. You have to take a step back and be like, whoa, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Like, is it something confusing or... Yeah, like...
okay, let's put that body back.
Right. Like, I mean, and time will tell. Like, in the future, we could find out, that certain things happen on different movies or what have you.
Now, even Christopher Booth filming Death Tunnel, while they were filming that movie, they had a lot of paranormal occurrences happen during filming, and they even captured some stuff on film and audio, and that's whenever he decided to get into the whole paranormal thing.
That's pretty cool.
After filming that, he put out another thing about like ghosts, and he kind of went on from there.
That film director got lucky as heck.
Yeah,
filming a movie and then boom,
I might just invite him on here because he's right now. They've finished filming a new film called Never Blink, and right now he's doing the music composition for it. So I bet he would be interested in coming on here because they also have the show that they put together called The Attached, which they, I guess they sold it.
Oh.
Or like sold the rights to it. Like it's still theirs, but like somebody for viewing, somebody's got the rights. But they also entered it in some contests, like film contests and stuff like that.
Nice.
And won some awards. So apparently they did pretty good with that. But I'm I'm pretty sure he'd want to talk about some of his new projects that he's been like the Attached and Never Blank, as well as talk about some of the older stuff. And his brother, who also does the filming with him, it's his twin brother, Philip Adrian Booth, and Christopher St. Booth.
Yeah, if they're interested, let's get them on here.
Oh, I can get them on here
if they'll be interested. Yeah,
but
absolutely. But all right. So what do you want to save next week's category of mystery? You want to go ahead and say it now?
Let's do this. Let's get some suggestions in the comments.
Yeah.
If you're watching at this point, leave a comment on a subject matter, and we'll consider
it. Yeah.
Who knows? We might take you up on it. We might even have it on our own list. We have a list of subjects that we could do that'll fill out an entire year. But it's more of like, what do we feel like doing?
Yes.
So
100%. I completely agree.
Hell, we could even have a guest on next week.
Whatever works. I'm down.
What is next weekend? Or next Tuesday's the 24th? Yeah, we could probably do it.
Something like that. Yeah. I'm down with it.
Probably do it.
All right, bud.
All right, man. Well, for everybody watching, thank you for watching. I don't know if we'll be live next weekend.
Yeah.
Next week. Yeah. We may do some recordings for a while. But with that being said, please join us. Same time, same place. Boogeyman Radio. Charles, you got anything you want to add?
No, I just want to say good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.
All right. Thank you all. Have a good night.